first, Dr. Pankaj Parashar with his product Skintiglo.
I'm a medical graduate. I've done my MBBS. The device that I'm working on, it's a point-of-care diagnostic device and it's a screening device. The condition called as proteinuria, where proteins are present in the urine.
If you get protein in urine, is it indicative of ill health for sure?
Sure.
So is there a person in AIIMS we can make a phone call who validates this argument? Okay, thank you so much.
Hello doctors, I'm Dr. Pankaj Parashar. Here I'm here to introduce you to a new point-of-care diagnostic device for urine protein estimation. As you all know, proteins in urine are a pathological sign indicating various diseases. So in that case, we need something that is very reliable. The device, the consumables, the tests are only these cuvettes. These are the specially designed cuvettes which we have developed for that, and the consumable cost is around 5 rupees per test. That's the only cost for this. So when we do the test, when we fill up the cuvette, then we cap the tube, put it in the device, press start. Now we have to enter the patient ID, press enter, saved. The range got is 10 to 20. So this gives fairly a indication or a information to the clinician through a pathologist that what is the range of the proteins being excreted in the patient urine.
I think this is a good option, especially for the clinicians, and it's cost effective. The results are immediate. Accordingly, immediate action can be taken. So I think it's pretty good.
It is now time for a face-off with the expert Dr. A. Velumani, the founder, MD and CEO of Thyrocare.
Hello.
Hello sir.
Right. I wish you all the best.
Thank you sir.
You claim that it is 2 milligram per 100 ml.
Sir.
The conventional methods are 30 milligram per 100 ml.
Yes sir.
How did you move to 30 to 2?
So the biochemistry involved in the dipsticks, which are enzyme based and have reagents and indicators which change color because of the change in the pH. So because they are enzyme based, so they have a threshold of change in the color, and you have to manually match the color with the shade card on the bottle.
So this is not calorimetric.
So this is not a colorimetric method. It's not a enzyme based method. So
then it is turbidometry or immunoassay?
Sir, it's not immunoassay, it's nephelometric. That's
it's nephelometric.
Yes, sir.
So what is the business model?
So for the business model, we have sales and rental for the doctors, hospitals, and patients who would like to use it for the affording patients who would like to use it for the at-home monitoring. And for the rural cases, we have a franchisee model where a person from the healthcare background, like a Ayush doctor or a healthcare worker like a Rasha worker, could take a franchisee from the company and do the tests for the people then and there.
So you wish to appoint franchises?
Yes, sir.
So which is revenue for you, strip or the machine?
So the consumables, these are the cuvettes that we have redesigned,
right.
And along with that we are putting in the reagents, so that would be a continuous revenue model. Along with that, the sales and for the franchisee also an initial cost for the device, that would be our revenue model.
Velumani sir was really very tough as a judge. He had very many questions, as well as the best part was his poker face. I never knew I was going correct, I was going wrong.
So I did wanted him to specifically answer, because investors are very keen to know how long it takes to reach to a good number.
Why it is disposable? What is the necessity to dispose it?
So because the reason being that, because it's an optical device, so by multiple uses, these may get scratches, and because of that, the errors in reading could be there, so which could be a false report.
Do you have a volume benefit? 100 tests and million tests, what is the cost advantage?
So
manufacturing,
the cost would go down to some, say less than ₹1 if we go for a bulk manufacturing of the consumables. The device right now costs around 10,000 rupees, because it's a
how cheap the device can go.
So the device
down.
could go as low as around 3,000, 2,000 rupees for manufacturing, and then we can have some margins over there for the sales. And
what will you do with the funds?
So the first, because it's a medical device, first it has to undergo product development. It's a prototype, so it has to undergo a complete modification from this stage to a sophisticated looking equipment for our urban market and a robust.
Is this machine only for microalbuminuria, or it can do other parameters also?
Sir, it's for proteinuria, it's not for albuminuria, I would like to correct.
Will you continue to operate, or will you sell it?
No, sir, we are planning to continue.
So will you be developing a brand? Which disease you are targeting as the disease of your product?
Sir, because this is detecting proteins in urine, so that means any disease that affects kidney.
Which is that
first disease? Yeah. So
which
first,
is that disease which is in maximum
so the biggest
impact?
The biggest impact would be diabetic nephropathy. Hypertensive recent researchers have shown that patients with hypertension and microalbuminuria, more preponderance of more cardiac diseases and deaths. So they can have a more pregnancy-induced hypertension is the most important aspect that we would like to cater up to.
What actually is the consumable other than the cuvette?
So the cuvette is pre-coated with the reagent.
Okay.
That is the entire thing that we are. That's the entire thing. That's the beauty, and the 2 milligram is where the microalbuminuria level starts, but our device detects even at 1 milligram per 100 ml, which even the Micral strips from Roche do not do that. So we have a upper hand on all those things, whereas the Micral strips cost around 85 rupees per strip, and our test could cost around 5 rupees per test.
So will it work in a clinic or a lab in the field?
So first, in a doctor's clinic, I'm a doctor, I can keep the device on my table. Second, it would go to the primary health centers in the public healthcare system down the line. Third, patients can keep this at-home monitoring on a rental basis.
How many tests it can do per hour?
So per hour, it takes the entire process of test putting, it takes around 10 seconds because it has to enter the patient ID.
Straight away urine?
Straight away, put in the urine, mix it, put it in the device, press start, put the patient ID. We have enabled it to put till 12 digits for Aadhaar number so that we can retrieve the data also because it's a smart device. The data goes to the cloud.
Any diagnostic product to get into streamline or mainline, you need quality, cost and speed.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead on all the three.
So the quality, this is the product development that's going on. Then we'll go for a quality assurance, CE certification at least because we have to get into at least Indian market and then we can even access the international markets. So the cost of the test would still go on going down.
There are multiple revenue streams that you're looking at.
Yes, sir.
Have you done a sense of what your initial revenue streams, where will they come from? Who's going to be your real customer right in the beginning?
So the initial thing that we were thinking about just getting into the market was having a strategic partnerships. Like there are services, app-based services for healthcare, leading services like Practo or RoxApp. These could be our strategic partners for straight away getting into the doctor's place.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
I think I did a good job in giving the answers, but I don't know what happens next. So it went well.
What do you think, sir?
He has a product, and if he claims it to be 2 milligram per 100 ml, if that is true, he truly has a product.
I'm sorry, you said if it is true.
If it's true. Could be 4 milligram instead of 2 milligram. But it's certainly even 4 milligram is a very great achievement if he has done that. He is going to get a solution to the diabetic patients monitoring, where the leakage starts very early. We come to know very late. Then we realize that it is too late to control. So it is very good to know very early. Currently existing strips are testing microproteinuria, that is the levels which is...
So he does have a differentiated product.
Yes, that is the differentiation as a product. But he tells the cuvette will go as low as 2 or 3 rupees. If that happens, it is a breakthrough.
So as the owner of Thyrocare, would you be able to use this device in the test you do?
If it is 2 milligram per 100 ml, it is very much in.
This if is troubling me because all 4 people have promised the moon. That's the reason they have been shortlisted.
But I think even 4 milligram, as I said, is
that's fine. Let's take 4. Do you think he can deliver 4?
He should refine it and reach to 2 also, even if he is 4. The methodologies can be improvised.
That's a big help.
That is very helpful.
That's very helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.